Hey guys, today we're going to be covering Chinese chess. There are a few key differences between Chinese chess and international chess. One of them is the game pieces. The game piece for Chinese chess is a circle and it has the symbol of what it's supposed to represent, like this one's a horse. And for international chess, they have shapes representing what it's supposed to be, like this is obviously a horse. One similarity for both games is that there are two sides. For international chess, there's a white and black side, which is pretty vague, compared to the Chinese version, which has a black and red, which represents the Han and Chu war. For the game pieces, there's about 16 pieces on each side, which makes a total of 32. This is the game board. The little area with no lines is the river. This is the Han-Chu river, because this game symbolizes the Han-Chu war. These arrows all over the place represent where we place specific pieces. For instance, we put the pawns over here, which are the soldiers, and over here are where we put the cannons. Instead of playing on the squares, we play on the cross sections, which is actually a pretty cool mechanic. These are the pawns of Chinese chess. They're both called soldiers. This is in the perspective of the black, and this is in the perspective of the red. The way they move is by advancing one space at a time. And once they jump over the river, they can then advance left or right, any direction they choose. To capture, they can only capture in their general facility, like the ones right near them. So like they can capture it from the left, right, or if they were here, they could capture it from the front as well. To place the 5 soldiers on the board, what you have to do is place them on these tiles over here. And if you don't have those tiles, you can tell by placing them one space after the river and in a 2x2 fashion. These are the generals of Chinese chess. They basically act like a king and move only one space. They start off in the middle of the board. These generals can only move in their little box. They can only move one space vertically or horizontally. And there's a rule stating that they can't look at each other. So there has to be at the very least one piece in between them. If not, you'd have to move your piece immediately, just like whether you're in checkmate or something like that. These are the advisors to the general. They usually stay inside their little box over here, right next to the general. Unlike the general, they only move diagonally, one space at a time. And they're stuck inside this box with them too. These are the elephants. They can only move 2 spaces diagonally. And if they do reach this place right at the edge of the river, they may not be able to jump over the river. They're basically the tanks of their land. Also, you can move 2 spaces, but you can't stop at one space. You must complete both spaces. And that goes for any of the other game pieces that you have. You can't just stop in the middle. You have to continue their move. And you can move into the box, but the king and advisor cannot move out of the box, and that's how you kill the general. These are the horses of Chinese chess. The way a horse moves is by moving one direction horizontally or vertically, and then afterwards they move diagonally one space. And that's basically the same as how a horse moves in international chess, where like that. However, if there's a piece in its path, like over here, it can't jump over it. It just doesn't go that move anymore. Instead, it'll have to choose a different path. These are the chariots of Chinese chess. They move exactly like a rook. Forward, backward, left and right in any direction. Also, it cannot jump over a piece to get another piece. Like, if you're aiming to get this piece, it just can't jump overward. You have to take this one. Also, the chariot and the soldier look very similar, but you got to tell the difference because there's 5 of these shapes and there's 2 of these, so that helps you tell the difference. These are the cannons. You can know where to place them by looking at these arrows over here. And if you don't have the arrows, you can tell where to place them by looking 1 block in and 2 blocks away from the center, from the river. The way you move them is like a rook. They can move any direction, up, down, left, right. But if you want to capture something, you have to jump over something. For instance, I want to capture this. You jump over one space, one piece, to capture another one. It doesn't matter if it's enemies or if it's your piece. For instance, I want to capture this one, so I jump over an enemy's piece to capture this enemy's piece. And that's how the cannon works. Now we finished covering all the mechanics of the pieces. Now it's on to the gameplay section. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, our social media accounts. You should follow us on our Facebook and Instagram. Link in the description below. Now this is the gameplay section. I'll go first since I'm red.
checkmate successfully. So that's in the game, and have fun.